Hey, welcome back to Zombie Tactics. Today I've got the Smith & Wesson M&P Sport with me again. This low-priced or value-priced AR-15 rifle has proven itself to me to be an excellent value, and I just continue to love the thing to death. Well, we've gone over this before, but I'm going to show you this real briefly. And by the way, I just want to make a note that I'm using 20-round PMags blocked to 10 rounds, and every one of them I've got marked in one way or another to show that they're 10. And I use these 20-round magazines blocked to 10 rounds exclusively in this Smith & Wesson, partly because they work so well, and also so that I don't get them confused with my pre-bands that I use in what are called featureless rifles. So I've got no confusion at all about what I'm using. Well, as you know, in California we have this thing where you can't use greater than a 10-round magazine, and it has to be a particular configuration so that you can't just hit the standard magazine button. Pain in the neck, right? And, you know, just for an update, we have a thing called the bullet button here. So you have to use a bullet or some other tool to remove the magazine. And I'm catching the magazine, by the way, in each case here. They will drop free. I'm just catching them for the camera with my finger. So, you know, there you go. Bullet button does its job. You put a bullet or a end of a screwdriver or a knife or something like that in there, and it does a great thing. It's a pain in the neck, though. Now, what makes that slightly less of a pain in the neck is the Thordson Customs Ultimate Bullet Button tool, which is a small little tool that either goes on a PMag Ranger loop or on the bottom of Ranger plates that PMags make, and there are a number of other ways to do it as well, and I've shown those in previous videos. And it makes it a little bit less trouble to change out a magazine on an AR-15 because the tool is right on the magazine then. However, it's still a little fiddly. If you go for a magazine change, you know, most of the time people will want to put it in some kind of a workspace position like this if you're kind of doing the Magpul style of reload, or if you're doing a lower reload, it'll be something like this. But at any rate, it's not in a great position to be able to, from where a magazine is normally stored on your right hand, to be able to come around the rifle and get at that bullet button in a timely fashion. It's kind of a pain in the neck, really. And people have created methods whereby they put the thing on backwards so that, you know, they can come around this way and do it a little bit better and things like that. Still a little fiddly. But Thordson Customs has come up with something again, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to tease how it works first, then I'm going to show you exactly what we're talking about. And it is a way so that you can operate a standard magazine from where you might keep it on your right hip or in something like that, and so that you can operate it in kind of a standard fashion with the magazine, with the rifle rolled out, boom, boom, and there you go. I didn't put that in there far enough. So let's do that again. Just coming out, boom, boom, just like that. Pretty fast magazine change for a bullet button equipped rifle. So what makes this possible? Well, it's this little thing, and I'll put on the screen what it's called because I forget what it is. It's like Ultimate Bilateral something or other, and it'll be in the title of this video as well. And the way this works is, and this is kind of like my pre-release version, the ones that are actually sold are black anodized so that they'll fit in with the color scheme of your rifle. What we've done is we've placed a bullet button type device in a slot here on the other side, so that using the Ultimate Bullet Button tool or any other tool coming around on this side of the rifle releases the magazine. Get that in there good. Again, boom, 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 just like that. And so, you know, now you're running your rifle a little bit more like a real rifle instead of, you know, some kind of mangled up thing. Now, it isn't perfect. It's not quite like having an actual AR-15 with just a standard magazine release. It does allow for some pretty interesting things. It still allows you in a less fiddly way to go ahead and do the old, you know, magazine release trick where you put one finger on the magazine so that when you release the magazine, now you can pull it out manually and retain the mag. That's kind of good. And just in playing with this, it's gotten, for me, pretty fast to the point where I'm not necessarily, well, let's be honest, I am missing that standard magazine release, but I'm missing it less because now I can put that magazine where it belongs on a belt or a pouch, come right up here, comes out, goes in, I'm ready to rock. It's a pretty easy device to install, as ingenious and small as it is. I'll show you some close-ups here of when this was done on my rifle. The rifle does need to have 2 holes drilled and tapped in the side of it. And to make sure that this is a precision job, the people at Thordson Customs have come up with some little forms or jigs or whatever you want to call them. These will be provided to the dealers of the product so that they can get it done exactly right. In addition to that, there is a replacement magazine catch that is drilled and tapped so that it will work with this device that replaces your magazine catch. And so all together this goes together, and now what you've got is a bullet button on the left side as well as the right side. Now, for those of you outside of California, you're kind of going, oh great, retarded, more retarded California stuff. But you might find a use for this, and I'll tell you why. I've seen a number of left-handed or ambidextrous magazine releases for the AR-15s, and they're always kind of oddly designed. And one thing that is nice about this, and it's probably hard to see on the camera, but right here where the actual bullet button hole is, the bullet button itself is already drilled and tapped to accept a screw-in button to make this an ambidextrous magazine release. So even if you're out of California and you can use a standard mag release, boom, you got one on this side, now you can put one on the other side that's ambidextrous. And a lot of people will pay a lot of money to have that kind of feature on their rifle. Now, I think the introductory pricing on this is something like 80, 90 bucks, and then you pay another little bit of money or something like that to your local dealer, and they'll put it in there, and they'll get it done right for you. It comes with a tremendous warranty, and I'll give you a link to the Thordson custom website so that you can find out all about it. But, you know, that's more ingenuity over tyranny here in California. We're always trying to push things forward, and we're always trying to find ways to make this a little bit less of a crazy place to run guns. So that's the Thordson Ultimate Bilateral, whatever the heck it is, device. Makes it a lot easier to load your AR in a non-free state. That's Zombie Tactics for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.